Welcome to the Sellin' Podcast with Jeffrey Greif. Jeffrey has spent more than 45 years in sales and marketing, and for more than 25 years, he's presented sales seminars from large corporations to small businesses, as well as teaching university students all about the pride and passion of sales. Now, he's sharing that knowledge and practical advice with you to fast-track your journey to sales success. Whether you're selling a product, a service, or ideas, this is the Sellin' Podcast. And now your host, Jeffrey Greif.
Living the balanced life. All the great success gurus and motivational speakers talk about it. Talk about living the balanced life. Orison Swett Marden said, "Work, love, play are the great balance of a man's being." Okay. Zig Ziglar said, "I believe that being successful means having a balance of success stories across the many areas of your life." I like that. Hey, it's Zig. How can I not agree with Zig? Taking care of your family, your health, your relationships, your spirit is not a selfish act. It's a sustaining one. John C. Maxwell. Thanks, John. As Anthony Robbins says, you don't want to be the richest man in the graveyard. That's true. The balanced life. Robbins teaches, what does he call it? Spokes in a wheel, the wheel of assessment, wheel of life, wheel of assessment. I forget. Here are the spokes of the wheel that Robbins recommends are a consideration for the balanced life. Personal growth, recreation, environment. I never really understood exactly what he meant by environment in a balanced life. Did he mean getting outside and walking in the woods? I don't know. Robbins continues with the spokes of the balanced life. On the balanced wheel, love, connection, romance. Family and friends, money, career. There we are, career. Sales, baby. Let's get back to the balanced life. The balanced life. Yeah, the balanced life. Well, okay. Sure, keep in mind a balanced life. However, while all the greats say achieve success while having a balanced life, Jeffrey says it's just impossible. Nobody ever achieved greatness in anything living a balanced life. Nobody. Sorry, if you want greatness in anything, especially greatness in sales, a balanced life just does not exist. A successful person who lives a truly balanced life, that human does not exist. Never did, never will. Michelangelo di Lodovico Buonarroti Simoni spent 2 years on his back painting the Sistine Chapel. By the way, that was really his name. Michelangelo di Lodovico Buonarroti Simoni. No wonder we just call him Michelangelo. You think while Michelangelo was painting the Sistine Chapel, he lived a balanced life? You think his wife was calling up to him while he was up on the scaffolding on his back for 2 years? "Hey, Michelangelo, I've got my parents coming over for dinner tonight. You'd better be showered and changed and ready for a dinner at 6:30. And get that paint off of your shoes." You think that happened? No. He was achieving greatness. He was not living a balanced life. Think Alexander the Great and Napoleon spent a lot of time with their hobbies and watching the Yankees on TV? No, they were building an empire. You think Beethoven and Van Gogh spent a lot of time just goofing off? You think Warren Buffett spends a lot of time lounging around napping? Do you think Edison spent a lot of time reading comic books? That crazy bastard snorted cocaine because he thought sleep was a waste of time. Do you think any president of the United States, any one of them, was living a balanced life when they were in office? How about President Truman? Meditation his thing? You think LBJ got up every morning and got to the gym, get in an hour of exercise? JFK and Bill Clinton got their heart rates up, but it wasn't because they were on a treadmill, if you know what I mean. No way. Nope. If you want to succeed in sales or anything in life, you've got to put in a lot of time and effort. You just are not going to have a balanced life. Sorry to break that to you. Do you want success? Well, then you got to sacrifice having a balanced life, just the way it is. You want success in sales? You've got to be constantly making sales calls, following up. Get up early attending networking events and attending networking events during the evening, getting home late, updating your database, sending out emails, handwritten notes, reading books written by sales experts so you can improve your skills. You don't sit around and watch TV and eat potato chips. What a waste of time. You've got to learn more and more about providing better and better service for your clients. You've got to learn how to be creative so you can provide more and more value to your clients, your prospects, your industry. You're busy making appointments, phone calls, following up on your clients' orders, learning more and more about your clients, learning more and more about their business, learning more about your prospects, learning more about your industry, keeping up to date with what's happening at your company, trends in your industry, constantly learning about new trends in technology. You've got to be posting on social media, viewing your social media feed on LinkedIn, etc., etc., etc. And there's only 24 hours in the day. The greats and the losers both have only 24 hours a day. If you want to be successful in sales, you just won't have the time to lead a balanced life. Sorry. If you want to be a success in sales, you are going to have to compromise on all other aspects of your life. It's just the way it is. Ben Franklin said, "There are no gains without pains." True. And examples of some of the pains in a successful sales career for me are, well, my friends know that I will not play golf during the week. I just won't. I only play golf with clients and friends in my industry during the week. I will not compromise on that. No golf during the golden hours. For those of you who don't know what the golden hours are 9 to 5 on the weekdays. I never play golf during the golden hours. Nope. Also, when I look back, while I did my best to attend as many of my son's sporting events, baseball, soccer, basketball, I attended as many as I could when he was young. However, the ones I always attended were during the weekend and during the evenings during the week, not during the golden hours. Exercise for me, and let's face it, I'd love to work out every single day, but I only get on the elliptical about 3 or 4 days a week. Not bad, but not great either. Why? Because when I have sales calls in the morning and when I attend networking events in the morning, I do not exercise on those days. How about spending time with my beautiful bride? Yes, I love it as much as I can. But when I have networking events and trade show association events and dinners with clients during the evening, often I see her the next day. The price of success, my brothers and sisters on the path to success in sales, the price of success. Health and personal growth? Well, I read as much as I can before I go to sleep at night. But I almost never read fiction. Never. I read books about sales, marketing, business. The latest fiction book? Forget about it. Not for me. I need to learn more about sales and marketing and business. I do make it a point to once a week meet with my psychologist. I do make time for that. You do not want me to miss those psychotherapy sessions. Nope. And while psychotherapy helps me in all aspects of my life, those sessions primarily help me to be a better salesperson. Why? Because the constant rejection in sales will drive you crazy if you don't work with a psychologist to help you to keep yourself from burning out, becoming an alcoholic, and ending up in an insane asylum. Family, let me tell you about what you are almost certainly going to find out about family and some of your friends. Several people outside of my immediate family think I'm a jerk. Why? Because I don't always attend the events that they want me to be at, and because, let's face it, you're going to find this. Some people, well, they resent success. They resent success. I've spent the past 45 years working hard, taking calculated risks, getting up early, taking advantage of opportunities, failing, learning about sales, learning about my industry, attending seminars to advance my career and my life, working late into the night, waking up early in the morning, getting out there and selling, and over the past 45 years, achieving success in sales. Other people sometimes resent success. They've spent the last 45 years eating junk food and watching TV. You are going to find that when you work hard over a long period of time through the sweat and tears of failure on the path towards success, you are going to find family and friends along the way who resent your success. It's okay. Accept it. And do not allow the losers in life to suck the life out of you, suck on your finances, and destroy your life the way they destroyed their own lives. Be strong. Develop a strong boundary between you, your loved ones, and the losers in life. Develop strong boundaries. Safeguard yourself and protect your immediate, close, loving family, your spouse, and your children. Protect yourselves from the leeches in life. You're not being selfish. You're keeping a cancer from creeping into your life. Be careful. It's okay. Your true friends and loving family will love you and respect your success. Your business associates and your industry will respect you. Your community will appreciate you, and you them. Develop healthy boundaries. It's okay. Protect yourself and your loved ones from the losers. Now let's get back to the concept of a balanced life. As Seth Godin said, quote, "Balance is really tricky. I don't think there is such a thing," end quote. I agree. And the great Les Brown said, quote, "Most people fail in life not because they aim too high and miss, but because they aim too low and hit," end quote. Aim high and don't waste your time on trivial matters. Sitting at home and watching TV while you're eating potato chips? No. That's not for you, and that's not for me, my friends. Understand, to achieve greatness in sales, you've got to focus on your sales career at the expense of a truly balanced life. Dr. John Deloney said, "There is no such thing as a work-life balance. It's not real. It's a myth," end quote. I don't know who the heck Dr. John Deloney is or was, but I couldn't agree with him more. And by the way, this is what Brian Tracy says. If you want success in sales or any career, you've got to work all the time that you work. Life will pull you in all sorts of directions, sometimes for good, sometimes if you're not careful, for bad, and sometimes life will waste your time. Life will pull you in all sorts of directions. Do your best not to get sidetracked. When you are working, put your head down and work. I gotta say, this reminds me of the owner of a company I worked for many years ago, who used to call quarterly sales meetings. I hate sales meetings. I believe that all successful salespeople hate sales meetings. Why? Because the only success in sales comes from meeting face to face with clients and prospects, period. That's why. Am I meeting face to face with my clients and prospects during a sales meeting? Nope, I am not. I got to be out there meeting with clients and prospects. Sales meetings, I have a hard time with sales meetings anyway. The boss of the company used to call quarterly sales meetings, and afterwards, he would invite all of the salespeople out to lunch with him. I never attended those lunch meetings afterwards. Never. You see, all the other salespeople thought that by being friendly or being a friend of the boss gives you job security. It doesn't. Not at all. The only job security you will ever have is bringing money into the company, period. Being friends of the boss gets you a smile in the morning while you're pouring coffee together in the cafeteria. It does not bring you job security. Not bringing in the money necessary to keep the company profitable gets you fired, regardless of whether or not you're a friend of the boss. To quote a line from Glengarry Glen Ross, good guy, I don't give a. Good father, you. Go home and play with your kids. End quote. I never went to those lunches. All those salespeople who thought they were a friend of the boss, guess what? They are all gone. But I'm still here. I'm one of the best salespeople in the business. I don't want lunch. I want success in sales. If you want success in sales or success in anything, you will be compromising on all of the other areas of your life, your relationships, your hobbies, your health, and so much more. It's just a fact. Now, there is some balance. I get it. You don't want to focus all of your time on your sales career. If I could, I would, but then, really, I'd be a very lonely man, and I'd be a very sick man. And the truth is that focusing all of your waking hours on your sales career, that only achieves burnout in a very short period of time. However, if you want to be successful in sales, in anything, you just are not going to have a balanced life. Jeffrey, if I want success in sales, and the only way to do that is to focus most of my time on my sales career and not having a balanced life, but I can't overdo it because if I focus on my sales career at the expense of all of the rest of my life, I'll be a sick and lonely burnout. What the heck am I supposed to do? What's the middle ground, Jeffrey? I'm glad you asked. Is this an original thought? I don't know, but I think it is. The answer is you spend 80% of your life focused on your career, your sales success. And then with the other 20% of your life, that's where you live a balanced life within that 20%. Does that make sense? For me, it does. When it comes to my life, I am focusing 80% of my time on that goal, success in sales, my career, an unbalanced focus on my sales career. During the other 20% of my life, I live a balanced life. That's where I exercise, meet with friends, spend time with my family, read, meditate, meet with my psychologist, golf, etc., etc., etc. It's the 20% of your life that you live a balanced life in. Make sense? Dave Ramsey once said, if you're going to avoid mediocrity in any area of your life, expect to pay a price. End quote. That price, my brothers and sisters, on the path to success in sales is that you will not live a balanced life. You will not live a balanced life. No one who ever achieved greatness in sales or anything lived a balanced life. So focus on your career. Focus on your success in sales. And don't beat yourself up too much about not living a balanced life. If you want mediocrity in your career and live a balanced life, no shame in it. No shame in it at all. But for me, I'm building an empire. For me, I need to continue to be one of the very best salespeople in my industry, one of the very best salespeople in the world, to be the very best salesperson that I can be. Think about when you'll be laying on your deathbed, surrounded by your loved ones, your friends, your family. Do you want to be thinking that you lived a mediocre life? Do you want them to be thinking that you lived a mediocre life? Or do you want to think to yourself, I was amongst the very best. I was the best salesperson that I could be. And don't you want your loving friends and family to say, how the heck did he do it? When I am on my deathbed and I hear my loving friends and family say, how the heck did he do it? With my last breath, I'll respond by saying with my very last words, how did I do it? How'd I do it? You want to know how I did it? You want to know how I did it? You've got to listen to the Sellin' Podcast in order to find out how I did it. Now get out there and sell.
We hope you found this episode of the Sellin' Podcast helpful and of interest. Please make sure to like, rate, and review, and mention this podcast to a friend or a business associate. Have a comment about this podcast? Have a topic you'd like Jeffrey to discuss? Feel free to contact Jeffrey directly at jeffrey@sellin.net. He'll read and review every one of your emails. That's jeffrey@sellin.net. .net as in networking for success in sales. Now, take what you've learned today and get out there and sell. See you next time on the Sellin' Podcast.